Could there be casinos in places like Camden and Newark? Some New Jersey politicians are saying maybe. In the last few weeks, it snowed constantly, and this is the result of all that. But as the saying goes, what goes up must come down. And it's not clear right now if the storm drains will be able to handle all this when it melts.
Part of it is awareness, but another part is enforcement. The enforcement aspect will be...
It's not just inside the school that these volunteers are trying to beautify, but you can see it's also outside. They're hoping that when these students come back in September, they have a lot to be excited about. Authorities in North Jersey say a Long Island man had all the trappings of a police officer except for the job. And part of the security here at the school is that all visitors must get their photo taken. They must also have their license scanned at this machine. And this summer, many upgrades will happen at this school. New Jersey's capital city has a new acting mayor to replace the one ousted by a judge 19 days after being convicted of corruption. You can see here in Edgemont Park, the ice feels safe. But the problem with ice is that you can never be 100% sure. Local high school athletes are being recognized nationally. One of the best volleyball teams in North Jersey was honored last night. Bert St. Pierre was there and has more. Here in Ocean County, drug overdoses are an epidemic. Last year alone, 102 people died. And today, the governor made an announcement that could change the future, not just for New Jersey, but for the country. Instead of late nights of bingo, police say late nights of drug activity, prostitution, and vagrants were taking over the Vincente Tibbs Senior Citizen Building in Englewood. Englewood Police Chief Arthur O'Keefe says the problem catapulted in the last year.
The seniors themselves essentially were prisoners within their own building, and it was certainly untenable.
And police say the activity was happening in all parts of the building, including stairwells and even common areas like this one. It was also happening in the middle of the night when most residents were trying to sleep.
It was happening to the point where the activity center, the room where the seniors congregated to watch television, play cards, just to converse and be social, had to be closed every afternoon at 4 o'clock because they found narcotic paraphernalia, condoms, that type of situation.
It was getting out of hand. Some of those people, and they were. It was crazy all hours of the night.
The building serves disabled and low-income residents 62 years and older. Through resident complaints and undercover cops, police arrested these three. Two of them are residents, 75-year-old James Parham and 66-year-old Cheryl Cheney. They allegedly used their apartments to distribute drugs and provide prostitutes to younger neighbors. While both are in the process of being evicted, this man we found outside identified himself as Mr. Parham.
Are you Mr. Parham?
That's me.
So were you bringing prostitutes into the building, or?
Well, I bring prostitutes. No, I don't bring prostitutes into the building.
Or drugs?
Huh?
Or drugs?
Well, drugs, what you mean, alcohol?
Alcohol, cocaine, crack?
Cocaine is not a drug. It's a substance.
The third person arrested is 54-year-old Selma McDuffie for allegedly possessing a crack pipe. She is not a resident, but is a school crossing guard and has been suspended. The Englewood Housing Authority manages all 152 units, but says the suspects had no criminal record. The police department has now assigned 3 officers to patrol the building around the clock. Residents we spoke with are relieved. This woman, who did not want to go on camera, says her 85-year-old mother, who has cancer, lives there.
She said the activity at night, it's crazy. And I've been here and I've seen so many junkie in and out. And I'm saying how the hell this could be for senior citizens and so many crazy people are in there.
And the 75-year-old man, Mr. Parham, is scheduled to appear here in municipal court tomorrow morning. The 2 women are scheduled for June 11th. Reporting in Englewood, I'm Lisa Wojtycki for WNBC News.
Invader in school, lockdown procedures now in effect.
This is a training video for educators in what to do in the case of an active shooter in the school. You can see the principal locks himself in the office and then alerts the school and police. Well, at Passaic Valley Regional High School, the scenario could play out differently if the principal, who is a retired cop, were armed.
You look at the role of principal, and you have we wear many different hats, a manager, educational leader, but you do have a responsibility for the safety of your students.
And Principal Ray Rotella isn't your typical administrator. For 25 years, he was a cop with the Little Falls Police Department, and in the last 10, he trained others in firearms, including the school's current armed resource officer.
I have, of course, a license to carry as an RPO, retired police officer, through a program through the state police, but in the case of any educational facility, you need the permission by the Board of Education.
And last night, the Board of Education unanimously okayed the measure in the first of 2 votes needed. Superintendent Dr. Victor Jogano says post-Newtown, it is a creative way to add another line of defense and save money. An armed SRO can cost around $100,000.
If you take a look at the cost of bringing in retired officers, considerable amount of money needs to be committed, and we're just not in the position.
Superintendent Jogano says so far there's been no backlash, and he would never expect this of any other administrator or teacher. At last night's meeting, only one person expressed concern. We spoke with senior Joseph Roman.
It wouldn't make me feel safer, you know. Like I said, he used to be a cop, so more protection is not bad.
In fact, parent Susan McKenna not only agrees with this, but would like to see even more armed officers, whether retired or not.
Yes, they need it. The school is huge. They need several.
And part of the security here at the school is that all visitors must get their photo taken. They must also have their license scanned at this machine. And this summer, many upgrades will happen at this school, including to this machine.
We went round and round looking at everything from lockdowns to evacuations, what we should do as far as labeling doors, windows, you name it.
Can I help you?
Money for that will be used through a referendum previously approved. The next vote on whether the principal can be armed takes place February 26th. If passed, he could bring his concealed weapon to school the next day. Reporting in Little Falls, I'm Lisa Wojtycki for WNBC News.